Welcome. Ziggy 1X here with another Nier reincarnation video. And I just wanted to start off by showing my 100 subs project that I told you I'd be working on. Any guesses who this is? Having some fun with it. Haven't had much of a chance to work with it though because it's been busy. But I'm about to head out to work right now. I wanted to make a quick video because there was something I discovered this morning when I was dinking around in the game, and I thought I would share it with everyone. So let's pan away from our beautiful Yuri here. I'm sure everyone guessed that. And let's head back to the game real quickly. So let's go take a look at EX Quest 5 here. And I've got a party lined up, or EX Hard 5. I gotta get this right. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Now, why on earth is there no companion on my Saryu? Ew, that is bizarre. Okay, now we're looking good. All right, so let's just take a look at my party here real quickly. I've got EX Lars, and Lars does receive a bonus in this fight. And I've got Saryu, Celebratory Saryu, which I haven't had a whole lot of chance to use, but I'm really enjoying. And then I've got our girl Yuri. Let's take a look at them real quickly. With no further ado. Whoa. We're gonna cut out here for a moment and fix this. That is absolutely bizarre. All right, the memoirs disappeared. Peace out. And through the magic of video editing, I am back. And so is Saryu. For some reason, she was naked. A little inappropriate, I'd say, but hey, whatever. So now I've got her back with all of her gear. We're looking at about what I wanted, 100%, 200% for the crit rate and crit damage. We've also got Saryu in her kit. She has Luminous Rush and Bold Vigor, meaning she gets more from her light affinity weapons that are equipped, and she gets that 50% when her HP is above 70%, or up to 50%, so she gets that big chonky bonus there. She's getting the same bonuses from her own staff. She's getting the same bonuses from the 3-star staff, this core odd staff, which is an amazing staff. It has both Lucid Boon at 24% and Bold Vigor at 16%. Again, amazing. And then we've got Celebratory Gale's sword on her to give her more Lucid Boon and more Bold Vigor. I've got her with the attack up companion. That's going to be the first one firing off. We got EX Lars over here, and again, EX Lars does get a bonus in this fight. I've got him with 2-piece sword, which is a great primary weapon. I've got him with the event sword, which gives us a little extra bonus medals, and then I've got him with I want to say, yeah, Christmas Lavania's weapon, which is a Lucid Boon as well. And I've got the heal companion on him. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about why I've got things set up the way I do, but I've also got Yuri here, who's going to be doing 2 things for us. Actually, kind of 3 things. She's going to be healing, so we want to keep Saryu topped off because that Lucid Boon and that Bold Vigor combo is just absolutely monstrous, which you'll see in the fight here. So we've got this guy right here, which is the Stratocratic. There's always an extra syllable in there I miss. The Stratocratic Fate, which has the Mending, which is a 10% heal for the whole party. Oh, sorry, 20% heal for the whole party. This is an amazing weapon, and it adds to gun users being sort of a support character because her character ability is also a 30%, 45% reduction in attack or reduction in defense, which means that there's going to be a big increase to damage. Okay, so we've got this here. She's got some Lucid Boon in there, a little bit of Fleet Foot. We actually want her firing off before Lars because she's going to be doing the defense break. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and go into the fight. Now I'm going to show you 2 comparisons here. Let's look at first, let's turn off auto. Let's give ourselves a little bit of energy here. Actually, let's just do this one. Boop, boop. There we go. For the purposes of science, I suppose. All right, let's take a look at this real quickly. So let's see what happens. Let's dissect this fight a little bit here. I've got it sped up so that we can go ahead, and I'm going to take a sip of morning beverage while we wait for this to queue up. Okay. So you'll notice right off the bat that Saryu and Lars are doing much higher damage than Yuri. That'll change in Wave 3. And I'll tell you why in a minute, in case you haven't already figured it out. Saryu just really whipping out the damage there. Okay, Wave 3 comes. Now let's see, who does the monster attack first? Okay, so we got ours off. He goes after Saryu first. Now Saryu gets healed. Okay, gets healed by Yuri, which helps with that bold vigor, but not a whole lot because her HP is still right around 70%. Now this monster is queuing up a lot of attacks, but what you saw right there is you saw the defense break fire off from Yuri, good damage from that, and then you saw Lars immediately following after that on the chain damage capping. Okay, so in the beginning of that fight, we lost Saryu's bold vigor, which is a tremendous impact to her overall damage. We want to keep Saryu topped off as much as possible because when that happens, she becomes our main damage dealer. Even though Lars was doing that 150 million damage cap, the fight is a little unreliable with that. So let's do something here. Let's go back into this fight and let's switch out EX Lars for the handout Lars. Now, there's one thing you're going to notice here when I select this guy almost immediately. The attack goes up. So this character, this costume, has higher base attack than EX Lars, which again, EX characters aren't necessarily known for their high attack values. They're more known for their high defense and HP values. But let's look at the skills here. Let's just dive into this a little bit. He has Caged Vigor, 48% when HP is 70% or lower. It increases the more the HP goes down. Void Rush, meaning that Dark Affinity weapons, the stats that you gain from them are increased by 20%. And just flat out Vigor, which is, what was that, 15%? 12%. So this guy's got a lot going for him. And his skill, which is also very interesting, it is its own Caged Vigor attack, 140% times 3, nothing to write home about. But when HP is 70% or lower, damage increases the lower your HP is up to 40%. Okay, so this guy has a Vigor built into him. Now let's go ahead and select him. Now our overall force goes down, but our attack goes up, and this is important. Let's click on the boss here real quickly. This guy takes an additional 30% damage from character to whom the defense up status is applied. Okay, good to know. Takes an additional 20% damage from characters who are proficient in two-handed swords and have a two-handed sword equipped. Okay. Takes an additional 20% damage from characters who are proficient with guns and have a gun equipped. So this is why Yuri was doing, and I didn't point this out at the moment because the battle was moving so fast, this is why Yuri was actually doing more damage to the boss in Wave 3 than she was to the trash mobs in Wave 1 and 2. So having a gun, a two-hand sword user, and a defense up on your characters increases their damage each by taken in isolation by those percentages against the boss. This is good to know because the boss actually hits pretty hard. And so let's go back into this fight and remember, he targeted it, whatever it is, the blob, targeted Saryu first and immediately wiped her bold vigor bonus off the table. Now let's see what happens here with this Lars. First thing you'll notice is that his auto attacks are doing just fine.
I got this.
Saryu, doing work.
Out to anger me, are you?
And I have this just running on auto. I'm not choosing the characters because this is the setup I plan to run on auto without any chance of failure. I don't want this fight to fail. I want it just to be able to successfully clear auto. All right, jumping into the fight here. Let's see what happens. Okay, so you saw how much more damage she did. Her damage really increased. Now, it went after Lars, not Saryu. So 660,000 damage from each of her hits. Her damage increases significantly. And then you saw that we fired off that ability from Yuri. Actually, this is a bad fight. I usually don't lose anyone. Okay, now he's going after Saryu, but the fight's already over because he was down to just barely any hit points to begin with. Let's try this fight one more time because that was a bad run. But you saw the mechanics of what happened. Instead of targeting Saryu, or your big, bold, vigor damage dealer, he targeted the Lars costume. Now, the handout Lars costume, even though it is a 3-star, it benefits from getting that increased damage in this fight. And so it's a good alternative, especially if you are a newer player. This is a very easy costume to get a hold of. You can get it all from the shop. All you have to do is a little bit of farming and you get it. And so this costume alone actually changes the entire flow of the fight for me. It makes my fights, there would be times when things would just go completely sideways with my EX Lars in the party, and I'd be down to just one character. I'd be down to Yuri or Lars, and boom, goes after Lars. See, it's every time. He does not go after Saryu. So now if the chain times off here correctly, his bold vigor didn't really kick into play, or his caged vigor didn't kick into play there, but we did see him. Is he gonna die again? Wow, interesting. Okay, that was not happening before, but also my EX or my celebratory Saryu was not fully clothed before, and this time I actually don't think I put the same equipment and memoirs on her. I just slapped some things on, but still the fight stands. And where I was easily clearing this fight with no one lost, and I did this a couple dozen times last night when I was experimenting with it. So this is a good example of how a handout costume, a handout 3-star costume, is actually performing, has been for me, more consistently than the EX costume, just because of its abilities. Because Lars is being targeted and has those cage vigor abilities and passives, what happens is Lars's damage increases as the fight goes on. This is cool. This is really, really cool. And so let's see what happens in this fight. But Yuri always, when you're fighting with EX Lars, the nice thing about her is that her ability always fires off, her character ability always fires off before Lars does. So Lars is always damage capping on his ability. It's that 150 million damage cap. Oh, there we go. All right, that was the way my fights normally go. So that's a good place to end off since I look good. Okay, so let's go back there. Let's take a look at the shop real quickly, and we'll take a look at the banner. I'll wrap this video up. It is still raining cats and dogs outside, so I am just waiting out the storm right now to head out to work. But I figured I may as well do something productive with my time while I'm waiting on that. So let's go to the exchange shop. Let's take a look at things. All right, we have the companion in here. May as well pick that up. So I believe this is our last companion from the summer events. We also have the Silver Awakening Stones. These are how we awaken our 2-star costumes and get their debris. They're fine. I recommend getting the agility debris because I don't have any agility debris, and it's a nice little small bump in arena. We have our pretty much standard shop. We have the premium, the 3 types of currency up top there. You can see with my mouse. We got the premium currency, we got the medium currency, and we got the plebeian currency. For all the newbie plebes out there. Sorry guys. All right, so let's just scroll down here. We've got pretty standard shops. I usually snatch up those tickets. Those are going to be useful with the anniversary, the small stamina recoveries. As far as prioritizing the shop, I would definitely get the explorers tickets too, because those are useful. Depending on which crafting materials you need, go for those. I'm actually pretty set on all those. And so, but what happens by default is if I'm trying to get as many, I try and go for all of the large slabs from the premium currency. There's 500 there. And so by the time I've gotten all of the large slabs, I've usually picked up just about everything else in the shop that's from the medium currency and down. So by the time I'm done with that, I've usually mostly cleared out the shop. Large slabs are very useful, especially guys, I'm going to remind you again, there's that community event going on right now. We are getting, all of us, rewards for the cumulative number of mythic slab nodes that we unlock. So go in, do it. I want those 5 black pearls. Give me the 5 black pearls. Guys, do it. All right, so pretty standard shop. Nothing to write home about, but this is a good standard. I like that this is the case. Let's head over to the banner real quickly. And we have our Bloody Captain. Now, others have already gone into much more detail than I'm going to go in on this guy. I usually don't do banner reviews and character reviews because, frankly, it's not really my cup of tea. I'd rather dive in a little bit and just do breakdowns of fights and analysis. So, all right. First of all, the debris. This is a good debris. This is not as good as Celebratory Gale's debris, but it is a longer duration. I believe hers is 40% or 40 seconds at 30% up. So this lasts a little bit longer, but it's a little bit smaller light boon. The nice thing about this is this guy is in the pool forever. So now we have a temporary lucid boon up in the standard pool. That is great. He is a tank. So turn 1, he provokes. This is great. He does it for 5 attacks, which means he takes seriously mitigated damage for those 5 attacks. So if one of the incoming enemy characters is able to squeak off 5 auto attacks, this actually will penetrate his shield. And then he's taking essentially regular damage after that. So that is a little bit different than New Year's Mocha Joe. I still think New Year's Mocha Joe is an overall better unit, but he's also a limited unit, and I think they did that very deliberately. This guy, though, is in the standard pool. All allies HP up by 20%. Fantastic ability. Recover 100% HP when your HP falls below 50%. Now, if he gets 1 shot, this is not going to kick in. But if he's left with at least 1 HP, then he's going to recover up to full, which is very nice. And then his unlocked ability from his awakenings is increase his stats of light affinity weapons by 20%. This isn't worth going in all hard for the awakening. He's good. He's very good. I want him bad, and I'm holding off. I'm going to stay strong here, and the reason is because anniversary is either next week or the week after. It is coming, guys. We're going to probably get another unit or 2. There's probably going to be an Akehai in there, so all you Akehai lovers, there may even be a Yuri. And if there's a Yuri, I may swoon. I may swoon from excitement. We'll see. This weapon is good. Increases all allies' attack by 30%. This is a fantastic subjugation weapon. And wow, increases all allies' defense by 30%. This is actually a really good tower weapon too. Now, we've already finished the Dark Tower, so this won't be coming around for a little while. But this is a luminous boon weapon, and these are actually very good 3-star fists. So both these weapons and this character will be in the regular pool. There's a chance that you'll pick them up along the way. I did pick up Fractured Noel very recently, which was a huge gift for me. That was a checkbox on my wish list. This is a very good, by the way, all of these new 3-star weapons that we've been getting on the banners have been excellent. They have been better than a lot of the 4-star weapons because they provide a combination of a elemental boon, caged vigor, or a bold vigor, pursuit, training, all these other really great abilities that increase the character's damage output, and they are passive abilities so that you don't have to worry about the low damage. For example, this is only 70%. Actually, that's pretty high. 70% times 4. 40% times 3. That's actually still pretty high for a 3-star weapon. So usually what we're used to getting is about 40% times 2, 3 from our main ability on the 3-star weapons. They don't work well as primary weapons, but when they have those excellent offhand abilities, which is the same thing you saw with that 3-star staff that I had equipped with Saryu, that was increasing her damage significantly because it had the combination of Lucid Boon and Bold Vigor. So you saw the fight, you saw the anatomy of the fight, we broke it down. I think that that's all I want to say on this video. Hope everybody is having a great day, and I hope that we are all successful in our farming, and that anyone who may be struggling with that EX5, I hope that those tips and tricks that I gave you are enough to push you over. A little bit of healing could help, a little bit of maybe caged vigor could help too. If you can't keep your allies' HP topped off, then go for the passive caged vigor, because they're going to be doing increased damage the lower their HP gets. Remember that Lars gets a bonus, that two-handed sword users and weapons get a bonus, and that gun users and gun weapons get a bonus. So you have any combination of those things, which probably everybody does, those are going to be doing increased damage to the boss, also increased defense. So this is also a good chance to bring out Celebratory Demios if you have him, because he increases the entire party's defense when he fires off his character ability. So just things to consider, and I'm not going to go any further with this. I'll leave it there. Peace out, y'all. Bye.
Prepared to beg for your life. Move. Do it. Prepared to beg for your life. Not done yet. Don't waste my time. Move. How's this? Do not waste my time.